What's up, guys? I'm here with the 2016 YCS Toronto second place deck profile. As you can see, here's the prize card that I won. It's not that great of effects, so yeah, looks alright, not that bad. Okay, so let's get with the deck profile. Basically I played PK Fire, but my build's a little different. Some of the stuff is about the same, so let's get started with the Burning Abyss portion. 3 Farfas. I found the 3 Farfas to be really good, especially with Beatrice. Just banish a monster, reveal special summon. 2 Scarm. I found the 2 Scarms to be really excellent for my consistency. I don't like 3 because I found it really cloggy. And you can search for Tour Guide and the other Burning Abyss monsters. 2 Seer. Seer is actually currently at 1 now, but this was a list while I was at YCS. Seer is a really good card, especially on the Dante just keep looping him. Yeah. 1 Libic, because you want to special summon your Fiend monsters, dark level 3 Fiend monster from your hand, like Tour Guide or whatever else. 1 Barbar. Barbar is really good for when you want to push for game, because he does that extra 900 or 300 for every different Burning Abyss monster you banish, and he's 1700 attack, so you just want to get some damage in. 1 Graff. Graff special summons from the deck. 1 Burning Abyss monster, except for himself, so he's always good to have. He's at 1. Wish he was more than 1, but that's what the ban list provided, so yeah. So the PK engine, well, the Phantom engine is 3 Ancient Cloak. Ancient Cloak is your searcher. It searches all your Phantom monsters except for himself, and it boosts dark monsters by 800 attack and defense, including himself. 2 Ragged Gloves. Gloves is your Foolish Barrel for your PK cards. So you can send the swords, the monsters, whatever you want, and he boosts a dark XYZ monsters attack by 1000 when you XYZ summon. It's also a mandatory effect. And finally, 3 Boots. He's pretty much the MVP of the deck. Special summon when you control another Phantom monster. You can banish him from the graveyard to search for one of the trap cards or spell cards. Yeah. He's pretty good. You can send him with ragged gloves, like I said. For the one-of monsters or the monsters that I run, such as 1 Chaos Hunter. She is so bae. She's like the whole thing in the deck for me. Like opening this card and something, just anything you can pitch, special summon her. You just special summon. They special summon a Dante or whatever in the mirror match, or even just like a Prime Monarch. Just discard something, special summon it, and it's like a walking floodgate. It's good against Cosmos. Yeah, you can pump it up with Cloak. 1 Fiendish Rhino. This is your Foolish Burial for all your Fiend monsters. Basically, when it gets sent to graveyard, you can send one Fiend monster except for himself, and Fiend monsters can't be destroyed with battle or card effects. It's really good. 1 Tour Guide. She's also another MVP in the deck. Scarm search, special summon any of your BAs, their effects get negated on the field, they become just regular level 3s, make your one card rank 3 basically. 2 Maxx's. Maxx is actually currently at 2 on this current list, but with the list I was playing with at YCS Toronto, just a day or 2 ago, I was only running 2. I just found 3 Maxx to be really cloggy. It's a really good card, so don't get me wrong on that. For the traps, yeah, we'll go to the traps. For the traps, 1 Providence. Providence is really good. You can negate anything depending on what you discard. So you want to get around those Stormforts, whatever. 1 Fiend's Grieving. 1 is really good because you can send any of your Fiend monster and shuffle one of their targets in their graveyard back to their deck. 1 Warning. Yeah. Warning's a thing. You want to negate summons, negate card effects that summon. 1 Sword. Sword's really good. Pump by 800. protect the monster from getting destroyed. Banish special summon Phantom Knight. 1 wings, pump the monster by 500 permanently. Banished special summon, if the monster will be destroyed, it's not destroyed. And 3 Fog Blade. This is the card also in the deck that's really good. You know, negate a monster effect, an effect monster effect. It can't attack. You can't attack it. Yeah, banish special summon from the graveyard. You can search it out with boots. You can pretty much search all these out with boots. So it's like you have more targets, and you can send this with gloves. For the spells, 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge is a thing in this deck. You know, you want to make power plays. You want to make a board, an unstoppable board. You know, you want to bring a lot of stuff back. This is your go-to card. 1 Allure. Allure is really good in the dark deck. You want to play the 1 Allure because I don't like playing more than 1 Allure because I find it really bricky. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. Just banish, draw your 2 cards. Draw your 2 cards. Banish your dark monster. You know. Then you can play Burial, which I'm about to show right now. 1 Burial. This interrupts a lot of plays. Cosmo Town targets. You know, you want to get rid of all your effects in your graveyard for your Phantom Knights for cost, and then bring them back and then do more plays. You know, it's good. 1 Raigeki to get over those domain monarchs and stuff and those big boards. 1 Rhoda, searching all your Phantom Knight monsters because they're all warriors. That's the thing. 1 Foolish. Foolish Burial, send all your stuff, pretty much everything on your monsters. Get their effects. And 3 Twin Twister, because back rows are still a thing. So you want to go, especially in the mirror match. And especially those like anti-meta decks and those Klee decks. I didn't face any of those decks, but like this was there for like domain monarchs, like any kind of floodgate that would try to stop me as well. It's really good, chainable. Yeah, 3 is just recommended. Like you can't be running less than 3 in a PK fire deck. So that's the deck, the main deck. 40 cards total. So we'll shift over to the side deck. So basically 3 Dante, because 3 Dante is perfect in this deck. Dante is your mill engine. He's your Burning Abyss target on the field. You can discard him, summon Beatrice. Basically, you can loop him with Seer. You can add back the A's from your graveyard to your hand with his effect. Even himself, if there's another copy in there. Yeah, it's pretty good. And most people don't really negate Dante's summon because it's not really smart. But yeah, and his effects the cost. So yeah. 3 Breaksword, because 3 Breaksword is like the nuts in this deck. It gets around cherries, like, you know, they cherry you, you just rely on your Breaksword. You rely on your Phantom Knight engine after that, basically. You don't have to worry about the Burning Abyss engine. You just play as if you don't have Dante's. He's the MVP also in this deck. He's coming through so clutch, bringing out those dark level 4s, you know, doing your thing, getting those attack boosts from gloves, you know. 1 Downerd. Downerd is really good. Gets over all your rank 3s. Does that piercing damage, and it protects your Dante and whatever from getting spun back by card effects. 1 Misery Rhythm of the String Division, whatever he's called. He's 1500 boost attack. You know, damage calculation when you attack a monster. You want that damage in. He's just another rank 3. 1 Levier. Levier brings back all your banished level 3 or lower monsters, level 4 or lower monsters, and it starts your plays back up. 1 Nightmare Shark. Nightmare Shark is like a game ender. It helps you swing for game in the right situation when you can't get over a board and you know your opponent has low life points. You want to go to this always. Remember, your other monster can't attack but him. For the other Burning Abyss support cards, 1 Pilgrim. Pilgrim is just basically the Beatrice target to special summon when she gets destroyed. He's really good. You can't target him, and like you basically 2800 beat stick, and you discard a BA monster draw card. It's pretty good. And then you send a card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard if he gets sent there from the field to the graveyard. One Beatrice. One Beatrice. Some people are running 3, but you know, my preference is 1. I like running 1 Beatrice, and that's good enough. She does a lot. She's your Foolish Barrel on legs. Basically send any card actually you want during your opponent's turn or your turn. Well, you can't do it the turn you summon her off Dante. My level 4s would be one Brilliant Dragon, you know, standard. And one Roach. Roach is just for the Pendulum decks, Blue Eyes, you know, like a whole bunch of stuff, man. It gets around those alternative dragons. They can't drop it. Gets around those Karens. Gets around a lot of stuff. It's pretty good. And one Future Hope. Pretty standard, you know, non-targeting. Get over those Cosmo ships, swing at them for game, you know, do a lot of stuff. The side deck, basically, it's pretty weird, but you know, let's start with the first. One Amphromage Sloth. Lock people out of extra decks, Pendulums, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. It's not that very strong, but you can boost it up with the swords. Another Chaos Hunter. Like I said, she's Bae. You want her on the field sometimes, you know, Cosmo matchup. I had a few Cosmo matchups. I got her on the field a few times. A few games I won because of her. Well, quite a few games I won because of her. She's pretty good though. One Karen. You can just reveal special summon and tribute for Karen, and then like this is like the mirror match I'm talking about, and then like or any other game, any other matchup, and then they have a hard time getting over Karen because you can't target it or destroy it by card effects, right? One Emptiness. Emptiness, you know, stop special summon, floodgate, you know, yada yada. 3 Masquerade Strix. The 3 Masquerade Strix are basically like Monarchs only. That's all this is for, just Monarchs. Pretty standard for some people's side decks. Basically 2 Flying Sea. This is just data for like anybody who likes to like abuse XYZ summoning, Exceed summoning, Burning Abyss. Like I said, mirror match. Just some road decks as well. I face a lot of PK Fire decks, a lot. Yeah. 2 Pendulum Holes. Basically the Pendulum Holes are like, they're for the Pendulum decks basically. They summon the Pendulum, negate, shuffle it back into their deck. This was just a tech choice that I wanted to try out. It worked pretty good. I only faced 2 Pendulum decks. 3 Pendulum decks the whole day. I lost to 1 and I beat the other 2. And the one I lost to was my only loss aside from the Cosmo loss. So I went basically X2 the whole day, and then until the finals I lost in the finals. And here she is. The goddess. The goddess, the goddess. 3 Gold Street Pyramid Cherries. There's not much to say about her. Mirror match. Blue Eyes. I faced 1 Blue Eyes deck and I actually used it several times, like not several, am I saying? I used it twice between the 2 games that I played, 3 games that I played between Blue Eyes, and it really helped. It came in really clutch. I used it a few times in a Burning Abyss matchup. I used it in the finals as well. It comes in really clutch. It's just ridiculous. This card is just so hyped right now, and the price of it went up too. Oh god. And last but not least, 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This is for the Blue Eyes matchup. This is only for the Blue Eyes matchup. I made this basically game 1. I lost game 1 because of this bad boy here. And then when I went to game 2 and 3, cherries, bam, gone. Like, he basically lost the game. He fought hard, but like, I'm not saying he was a bad player. He just like, this was gone. As soon as this was gone off the field, I had no like actual issues. I had to force my opponent to make other plays. He had to like, you know, try to play around everything else, and I was like, yeah. And yeah, that's basically my deck profile for my second place YCS Toronto 2016 top, and this mat, everything, and Xbox and points, you know, it was all worth it. I had a great weekend, and if you have any more questions, you can always find me, Michael Walters. Shout out to everybody else in the GTA, Toronto region, and my Brampton randoms locals. Thanks.